What's going on YouTube? Nick Novak back for another video here today on the HSR. Today we're going to continue our work over here by this gate like we did in the last video. We had gotten that gate up. I have another gate in front of it, but we got that level. It looks good over here. We've cleared out the bales. If you haven't seen that, go look at that last video we did and you'll see that process. But this morning what I was doing is, so this trailer was actually right here. I ended up moving my trailers over a little bit, and I wanted to clear this out to where it's a little bit of a more flat area, which there's a little bit of a hill over there, but my knees giving me trouble, and sitting in my Bobcat for a long time doesn't feel good. So it's gonna do it in a little bit of waves. But I got this part right here set up the way I want it. So I went to the co-op, got a bag of Quikrete and a post. We're gonna set the post. We're gonna tamp about 80% of it, and then we'll put some concrete in it. I'm gonna go ahead and hang the gate still, even though the concrete hasn't set it in. But I'm not gonna be opening it for probably I don't even know the next time I'll open it. So it'll just be sitting there on the post, and so I don't think there's gonna be a problem. And it's a nice day. I work at UPS in the mornings, and I have all week off. I'm on vacation from my part-time job. But so it's kind of nice to get out here in the morning. This morning early when the girls woke up, about 7 o'clock, I got out here on the Bobcat. I didn't think I'd video it just for the simple fact of I'm just moving dirt. And so we got her all cleared out, and like I said, it was a hill probably from here over, and this, it's about right there, was all a pretty big slant. And so we leveled it out. Like I said, still needs a little bit of work. But what I want to do now is I took the gate off of the post over there by the road, and this gate's too big. It's not too big, but I'm gonna save it for a different project. So I'm gonna go take a gate off of a different spot, put that gate in this gate spot, and bring the new gate over here. So kind of confusing, but we'll bring you guys along. So let's go grab that gate. So we put this bigger gate that was originally up there in that corner. I built a wire gate there yesterday because we don't really use that gate. I've used it twice since we lived here for almost 2 years, and I was like, well, we could utilize this gate somewhere else. And what I'm gonna actually do is my next project this week, I think I'm gonna try to get to it this week since I'm off. I start in the mornings early. Is if you count 1, 2, 3, 4 posts right here. From that 4th post, I want to angle this fence at a straight line to that big post over there. And then I'll pull all those wood posts out and re-tamp them, restring the wire. I want to do that because I think it'll look nicer for our entrance. And if we, from where our trees are at, if we plant trees at an angle also, we'll be able to get another probably 10 trees in there and just make our place look a little bit nicer. Get some trees planted early to where we can really reap the benefits of our labor, you know, in 10 years when our kids are getting a little bit older, and have a nice established little tree row. So that's the plan. This gate I just took off of this right here matches that other one, so that's what we're gonna do. We'll take that one over there and get that one hung up, and then see what else we can get into today. My thought process is, at first I wanted this, I'm kind of angled so it's easier to get in this way. I thought about angling this one also, but from the angle of it, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that as much as I want to. It's gonna have to be more of kind of a straight shot, simply because I need to replace this fence line, and it'll be over here kind of at an angle to where it'll help with this gate. And so it needs to be kind of more of a straight on shot, which is fine. I think it'll still look good. You won't even be able to tell really. This gate looks like it's straight on the way it is right now. So I'm gonna put you guys up here. I'm gonna try to get this gate the way I want it, and then we'll get the hole dug. I think I like the look of that right there. Gives you a nice straight shot to get in. I think that's the golden ticket right there. So let's get a hole marked. X marks the spot. We just got her dug. I went and got some water, my tool to mix around this concrete a little bit, and a level. What we'll do now is grab the tamper, and I want to tamp the bottom of the post so it's completely flat, so it's easier for that post to kind of stand still when I'm trying to tamp it at the beginning. So I'll kind of tell you what I like to do. I like to just do one bag of Quikrete. The more you do, the better it's gonna hold. But I've found over my last 4 years of building fence and doing it that a post like this, I'm only gonna need one. I mean, if you look, my stretch that I'm tightening off of is just right past that big tree. I'm not pulling tight, I'm not pulling far. If I can save $8 here, $8 here, $8 here, that's gonna add up to something. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tamp this, and I'll kind of explain to you guys how I tamp and use this cement at the same time. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I got my post in the hole. I'm gonna set my gate up to make sure it's gonna work. Like, you know, yesterday in my last video, I had to pull the post out because it wasn't completely straight. So I'm just gonna double check before I tamp it so I don't have to do it once. All right, so the post is where I want it. And we need to be against this back wall here. We'll get her level. Level there. I'm good there. So I'm gonna kick dirt in here on the very bottom. And I don't really care if the post moves back and forth right now, because I know that bottom is exactly perfect, and I can adjust the top if I need to after I tamp. So as long as that bottom's good, it's the only thing I care about right now until I get this bottom tight. Okay, so I just tamped that bottom 6 inches. What I'm gonna do now is put the concrete in there. What I like to do is tamp the probably bottom 6 to 8 inches. Excuse me, sorry, I'm out of breath. Tamp the bottom 6 to 8 inches, and then I put the whole bag of concrete in the middle of the post, and then I'll put dirt on top of it and tamp it down so it's completely tight to where I can still hang that gate. I don't like to make my concrete really wet. I like it to be just that harder, I'm gonna say a soft concrete, not a wet. Okay, the concrete's all in. So as you can tell, it's a little bit, you can see a little bit of wetness on that side, but for the most part, it's, I'm gonna say soft. So I'll check my levels again. We are pretty dang level there. Give her a little push. And same there. So that's good. We'll throw some sand back on top. Sand, dirt. It's dirt, not sand. Kind of looks like sand though. Pretty dry under the ground, which is not what I like to see. I like to be a little bit wet. But anyways, we'll finish tamping this post, and then we'll get that gate hung real quick. I'm gonna do, before I even do the gate hinges, I'm gonna put this latch even with this one, because I want both gates to sit level. And so basically what I'm gonna be doing is presetting this side, so when I set the gate on that side, I know exactly where the hinges need to be, because I'll have the level on the gate and be able to level. It's the way it needs to go. On normal gates, you put the bottom one facing up and the top one facing down. But these are 20-foot gates and they're pretty heavy. And sometimes I put them both up and I'll, put something over the top of them. So if the cow does get their head underneath, pop the gate, it doesn't pop it up. I did that on the horse pasture. I put both of them up because horses ain't gonna do that. It helps that post over there not lean so much, because there's not so much pressure just on that bottom. On this gate right here, since there is cattle in here, I'm gonna face this one down, and like I said, I don't have pressure in these on this side. I don't ever push cattle out of here. This is more so for me looking at it every day, being able to see it looks really nice and whatnot. So I'm gonna put it down, and so what I'm gonna have to do is loosen this right here to push this down here to the bottom. Then we'll kick it up right over the top of this. Once we're in, we'll tighten both of these holders here for the gate, and then she's done. Go a little bit looser. There we go. Okay, so the bottom one's in and good. The top one's in, it's flush. So now we'll tighten these two bolts. I'm also gonna tighten this so it doesn't move on me. All right, now the big reveal. Does it work? All right, y'all, so as I walk up here, you can see kind of the layout I was looking for. I do see that I need to raise up the hinges up a little bit, because this gate was hitting the ground when I was pulling it, so I had to pull it back a little bit, so basically like this. And so I need to raise the hinge up to lift the gate up, which is fine. I might do that this afternoon. I'm not really in the mood right now. And I want that cement to set before I jack with it too much. And then same here. And as I got to thinking, the hinges was preset by the old guy who had these gates before I did. And we'll do most things horseback. And so I want to raise those hinges up to probably, let me show you real quick. I'll probably end up raising those hinges from where they're at now. I want to put this deal up here and raise the hinge up here in this range to where I can always adjust the back of the gate, so I'm not really worried about that. It's just kind of where I want those hinges, and I thought I'd be fine with those hinges there, but they need some work, so that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. But anyways, I think I've decided, as I was tamping that post, I was like, well, I've had a couple people reach out and be like, yo, you should put out more content, you should do this, you should do that. And so as I was thinking, I was like, well, let's just do this. I'm gonna try to do one video a day. And I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a super long video. It might just be a video just to get a video out. But I'm gonna do one video a day for the next 50 days. And so it's gonna be a lot of time for me to do it, because you know, usually the days I don't video is when I'm just doing some little bitty things and not really too worried about showing you guys. But I'm gonna just pump some content out, see if we can't get the algorithm going, because I want to give you guys as much content as possible. And I've enjoyed doing this. I've just hit the watch hours to where I'm in the YouTube partnership program, so that's fine too. I wouldn't mind, you know, getting a few more followers and showing you guys how I do it out here in Northwest Kansas. Like I said, it's not your typical A rancher. I work at UPS in the mornings for the insurance for my family. I run a lot of bottle calves. We run yearlings, we run the cow calf. We have some horses. And so it's a lot of different things. Let me know what you guys want to watch more of, and I can do that. But from here on out, next 50 days, it's me and you. Let's get her done. Like and subscribe. Appreciate it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.